Alright folks, another quick little video of Kurt's Customs here. I know I tend to get a little long-winded when I make these videos, so I'm going to try and keep this short and quick. Just a couple little tricks that I've been messing around with here. Got a box here I'm building for, well, it was intended to be for FI that I rebuilt, FI-12 with a UFO motor that I rebuilt. It's looking like we may end up putting a DD Redline 800 in it. Just wanted to share a couple of tricks. The thing that I always try to do is, use the best work and the best materials I can. It doesn't always work out that way. I mean, Baltic birch would be great, but I mean, if you can't get it, regular birch, oak, maple, whatever. Anything other than that cabinet grade stuff. Just in case any of you guys don't know out there, that cabinet grade plywood is what we call blonde wood, also known as pine, yellow pine number 2. So pine is not a hardwood. It is soft. It doesn't have the same acoustic properties. All right, to get in here to this Kerf box that I'm building, you've seen some splotchy, but it's because I painted the floors here. I'm going to do the same thing for the cat piece. But something I was messing around with, and I just figured I'd show you guys. You see right here, I've done my kerf using the blade that I prefer to use, my plywood blade, and secondary baffle here. And this is something I've been messing around with. Usually I would run my 45 from here across over to here, and of course you cut each one of these edges at a 45, and it sits flush right there. Well, I was thinking about it, and you know what? The less airspace your bracing takes up, the better. So you mess up your calculations less. Your airspace calculations get messed up less. So all I did was I took a 45-degree chamfer bit on my router, and I just chamfered down this corner on this front baffle. I take it all the way to almost in line with that first cut. Pretty much get it as close to that first cut as you're comfortable. Get it over there as far as you can, and then go ahead and chamfer that. Do about a 5/8 chamfer, and then leave one edge of your brace perfectly square. Just cut it square in the table saw. Do your other 45, and you can get in there nice and tight. You can see here, I mean, I'm only an 1/8 of an inch from that first cut here, and now I'm this much tighter, closer into the kerf. If I were doing 245s on it, I'd be this much farther out, and that's, doesn't seem like a lot, but 3 or 4 or 5 square inches of airspace here, then 3 or 4 or 5 more here, and then, maybe run a brace back in the corners, or, your 45s or whatever. Your 45s need to be proportional to what type of airflow you're directing. If you've got your sub mounted on this baffle, and you're putting a 45 here because you want to, keep from any type of air turbulence, well, your sub is here. It's loading back. Air turbulence isn't really a big factor here. Now, if you want 45s because you want them and you think it strengthens, great. But I mean, just, do like, where is it here? Do like what I do sometimes. Take a piece and cut it off, and just barely make it as big as a 45 needs to be, so you can stuff it in that corner, and it takes up less space. All right. There's no reason to be shoving these big, monstrous, huge-ass 45s in here that a lot of these guys do. I do understand that some areas require more airflow direction than others. In that case, yeah, bigger 45 or more rounding. Another thing that I've been messing around with is doing these center braces. I know a lot of the guys out there do them, and these seem to be a really good answer, a really good solution to a flex problem for the back wall. Brace it in the middle of the enclosure, especially on a single sub box like this. That's going to be great as a diffuser. The sub's going to load right in the center. It's going to load back, and that's going to help direct the air out each port here. 2.38 inches on this box. This box started out 3.9 gross, and with 28 inches of 2.38 port at 15.5 inches tall, and this little SOB, this little beast, is tuned at 28 hertz, 28 inches of port at 2.38 inches wide, 15.5 inches tall, and we end up with let's see, 2.94 net in here. 2.94 net. This is going to be a bad little beast for a 12. Even put a 15 in there if you wanted to. It's tall enough, 15.5 inches. All right, another thing I wanted to hit. You know, stop being so freaking stingy with doing some type of round over here. I mean, oh, let me stack this and then do double roundovers and all that crap. You know what? I mean, these guys are paying us good money to build them a good box. You know, they don't want to see a bunch of crazy looking shit stacked up because we were too cheap to go out there. Go to Home Depot, Lowe's, whatever. Get you a chunk of frickin' 2-inch poplar banister railing, you know, handrail type of shit, whatever. Feed it through your saw. I fed it through the table saw. I don't have a jigsaw. It's not hard, you know. If you can build something anywhere even halfway near this, you can feed a piece of frickin' banister railing through a table saw and cut it in half. Get in there, tack it in place, glue it, clamp it. I mean, that is so much, in my opinion, that is so much nicer than a couple of pieces bratted together and bevel here and round over there. And no, this is just, I don't know. Yeah, no, I'm just rambling. You guys get the idea, you know. Take your time, do things the smart way. You know, if you're gonna do double or triple layers on baffles, you know, do your interlocking joints. You know, think about it. Your surface area of your glue bonds, you don't want every single panel this way butted up to every single panel this way. You know, overlap the joints so that you've got 2 sides of glue on each joint. You know, it's not that hard to do. Take your time, plan out your cuts, you know, make one panel 1.5 inches wider than the other panel. That way, when you put them together, each one has a 3/4 hangover. Well, guess what? That 3/4 hangover creates a perfect, almost like a rabbet, for the panel that you're butting it to. And when you glue it to that panel, you know, that's... You're increasing the strength of your joints. I mean, at least by double. Who knows? Maybe more. But I'm not the best box builder out there, and I don't try to claim to be, but I try to go about things with a little common sense, and I try to think outside the box, right? And hopefully it makes for better enclosures down the road somewhere, and hopefully you guys don't take this the wrong way. Hopefully I don't want you guys to think that I'm bashing anybody, but I see a lot of people posting some phenomenal work, and then I see other people posting some stuff that is just like, hey, whatever, you know, everybody starts somewhere and everybody learns. So that's what it's all about. Let's keep on teaching each other. Let's keep on sharing the tips and tricks. All you guys that I see posting these gorgeous, beautiful boxes, share some of your tricks, man. You know, sit down and make a video. You see my stuff. Mine's not near as nice as half your guys' shit, and I'm posting videos. And it's just because I like to try to pass on what I have learned, and I'm hoping that other people out there are going to do the same thing. Pass on what you've learned. It's all about making everybody better, not just yourself. So, from Kurt's Customz, I just work out of my garage. Hit me up. I build whatever I can build. I've been reconing subs. I've been rebuilding subs. I've been beefing subs up. I got people bringing me subs from all over the state now. My little 8 that I started the video with. I got a pair of DC 12 level 2s up here I got to recon. I mean, I'm getting swamped. I'm getting to the point where subs are actually giving me more business than boxes for them. So, you know, share your craft. I'll put together a little video of some reconing and some custom sub action here soon. But until then, this is Kurt's Customz signing out. You guys take it easy and stay loud.